Endorfy Computex 2025, we're having new cases, we're having coolers, we're having loads of stuff, of course, but we're having also peripherals, we're having microphones, and we have microphone arms, as well as new water-resistant mousepads. So let's dive in and check everything out because we have loads of stuff to go through. Okay, starting with peripherals, right here we have the Celeris 1800, which is a new keyboard released just today, which is wireless. And the cool thing on the side, what you have is volume adjustment, and I think this is mute button as well. Then when we go on the right side, you have the possibility to switch it from Windows to Mac, and of course you get additional keycaps just to adjust it to the Mac OS in terms of visual aspect, and of course possibility to switch from yellow to gray keycap, just have everything unified. Then of course what you have on option is Bluetooth connection, wireless connection, and wired connection as well. Two separate legs adjustments at the back. And the interesting thing, they did a collaboration with Gateron with yellow switches, so they have their own switches, so to say, because it's actually written Endorphy over there. But as you can see, a new keyboard just released. It's going to be interesting to check that out. Now they have some refreshed. When we're talking about the top series, we have the TKL V2. We have the Compact V2, which is a 60% keyboard. This is a TKL, which you already know. 75% keyboard with the volume knob at the top, and I think that's basically it. But I didn't have these keyboards yet. The gray ones are wired version, and then we have the wireless version. As I said, 75, 60%, and the full-size keyboard. And here, when we're talking about the keyboards in general, but you also have something else. This wrist rest, it's more elegant when we're talking about the touch, when the general feel, and also when we're talking about the memory foam, it's really nice because as you can see, it bounces right back. Now, in general, all of the sets of these keyboards, first of all, look outstanding. When we're talking about the wired version, we're talking about red switches. And when we're talking about the wireless, we're talking about the same yellow switches that we saw on Celeris 1800. Now, you've seen already the Gem Plus Wireless on their website and the Gem Plus Wireless Onyx in white, but you've seen my review of the Live Plus Wireless with the dock. Now, what they also have is without the dock. You can buy the dock separately and the wired version. Then we have the Viro Plus Alt Gray. This is a new color scheme on their headset, which it does look nice and actually fits the whole color scheme of the keyboard. And these are the mouse pads that I was talking about. So the whole feel of it, it is a bit, how can I say, it's not smooth, but the mouse actually glides on it and it's water repellent. It comes in onyx white, crystal black, and we have a crystal spectrum as well. And on top of it all, you have the ear pads, which come with leather ear pads, as you can see, which are kind of common. We have the soft breathable fabric ones. It's again quite common. But then we have something else. These are earpads full hybrid, which come with a fabric middle, leatherette edges, and the cooling pad right in between before the memory foam. So it kind of gets that additional cooling to your head around your ears, so you don't sweat too much regarding the gaming sessions and everything all together. Now let's go over to the cases because we have, let's say, a little bit redesigned Ventum 200 Air, but we have the Ventum 400 Air, which means 120 at the back, 120 at the bottom. Then we have possibility to mount 240 at the top because it has an offset quite nicely and comes with 120 at the front. But you can go with a 420 radiator here as well on the front, which is quite interesting for such a case. Then we have Signum M30 Micro ATX, which of course fits Micro ATX case. Possibility to mount 120 on the power supply shroud. But the interesting part is it comes with three pre-installed fans. Three pre-installed fans. 120 is a bit at the back, and two are here on the front part of the chassis. Completely new cases, we have Fishtank, but the actual name I'll write it down afterwards. ETF supported as well as on this one as well. Now, these are two completely new cases, completely new designs. Possibility to mount 120 on the side, 140 at the rear part, and you have possibility to mount two or three, I'm not quite sure yet about 140, but definitely 120. And of course, you have the possibility to mount 120 here and 120 here at the bottom, giving you quite loads of options when we're talking about the Fans support also up to 3.5 to 4 centimeters of space at the back for cable management, and of course loads of space in the power supply shroud compartment, which will give you just enough space to rearrange all the cables. Since if you're going with a BTF or anything similar to that, you have double curved tempered glass, and this one has support for 420 radiator at the top. You have the possibility for placing a 360 at the same time on the side, and three 140 fans here on the power supply shroud, with the possibility to have waterfall effect for the cables if you don't go with the fans on the power supply shroud. And the good thing about it is that you get this right here. This is of course the mesh, bottom fine mesh on the supply, so you have the option for a better intake on the fans on the top. There is no connection at the back between the PCI expansion slots. So basically, if you want to place your GPU vertically, you can basically mount it over there and there won't be any obstructions. Compared to this case where the thing is, you have the possibility at the back to rotate it completely, so you don't have to buy anything additionally except for this one. Talking about power supplies, we have fully modular Supremo FM6. Now, I think you saw that already with 850 watts. But the new power supply is this one. This is a gold one, which goes with 650, 750, and 850, which also has the 12V PWR cable, which is thin, nicely flexible, as you can see. And it has this cable comm at the top just to prevent anything additionally happening. But it's non-modular as well as this one. This is a bronze Vero L6, which will come in 550, 650, and 750, which also has the 12V PWR, but 300 watts of output power. We have loads of fans here from Stratus 140 white, 120 white PWM addressable RGB, as well as Fluxus 140 PWM, 120 PWM addressable RGB, and Fluxus 120 PWM, which is just non-RGB. Then we have Fortis 5 black addressable RGB, which you can see it's quite a chunk of a cooler, but it has a bit of a cutout here. So basically, this passive part is kind of missing, but you do need it to actually attach it to your cooler. And we have it in all sorts of combinations of black RGB, black, standard RGB, and Fortis 5 with just silver heatsink, fan, non-RGB top and fan, so that's it. And of course, we have the Fortis 5 Dual, which has dual fans and could be quite interesting. But you've seen on my channel the Fera 5 Black. We have it also with adjustable RGB, Fera 5 adjustable RGB, which kind of has the silver plastic heatsink compared to these ones, which are obviously painted black. And then we have just the simple Fera 5, nothing painted in black, and that's it. There's also an option with dual fan, and then we have a Spartan 5, which is some sort of a budget approach in terms of visual aspect. But since we're having the direct contact, and I think all of them are direct contact. Let me just check. Yeah, the Fera has the direct contact. This is quite interesting because we have a Spartan 5 Max adjustable RGB, regular, and well, basically that's Max and that's regular, and we have the regular one in adjustable RGB. Now, the one thing that I left for the end are their AIOs, but I think nothing has changed here. We've seen those in those two builds, one build that I did specifically with the Navius F360 addressable RGB, and that's basically it. You have it in 240 versions, 280, and 360 non-RGB and RGB, so it gives you loads of options to choose from, including their cases and everything. I'm quite interested with that one specific case that has double curved tempered glass, because we have loads of space regarding the fans in general, because you could go up to 9 140 or 10 120, which gives you quite enough space for airflow. So taking everything into consideration, seeing refresh models when we're talking about some keyboards, new keyboards as well, refresh mice models as well, Live Wireless Plus, which is quite an outstanding mouse as you saw, and everything that I covered so far, which I've shown you here at the booth, I will link down in the description so you can check out the actual reviews with more details and not just a quick tour of their booth. So in general, this was Endorfy at Computex 2025, guys. Thank you for watching and see you very soon. Bye.